Welcome, I'm Max Shop Writer, and today we're doing a Star Trek Online. Well, explain why I'm not doing a review for the new Xmas event ship. And the thing is about loads of money versus time. Yeah, if you know if you know what the loads of money is about, it's a bit of a joke within my area of gaming and my area of TV. Anyway, an event ship and no build videos. Yeah, we've about 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks in, and with none of us very few build videos. Well, the lack of builds for the Tamarian builds deep space cruiser is quite noticeable. I mean, it isn't just me at Mike Shot Writer. It's also Casual SAB, Augmented Dictator, and many others have not done anything with a ship other than go over the what's in the blog. If they've been in for the blog, the big reason is Tribble is out of date now. Out of date Tribbles, yeah. Tribble is the name of the public test server. No, it's not the actual. What's that is a big pile of Tribbles in that image, but it's not. That's we're just using it as a visual guide, not a metaphor, not for because I haven't got any pictures to really go with it. We can actually copy almost everything, all our characters and everything they have from the holodeck, which is the PC server, to Tribble. However, previously when we've been doing this, Tribble's usually been 1 to 2 updates ahead of the PC version, or when it's not, it's been very close. Anyway, today Tribble is not, and actually today holodeck is actually ahead of Tribble, and holodeck has new ships which Tribble does not, and that new ship includes the Tamarian cruiser. So wait, why do we even use Tribble at all? And not because of the Barman effect. Well, I just needed to. I was going to use this image. It's going to be one of those images I'm going to use regular on a basis. So the buyout for the actual ship is $1,000 lobby. We can knock this down a slight bit each day, but it works out to be about $200 US. Yeah, which not really ends up being useful. Tribble on is due to how it works. We can actually get effectively free lobby, but we can't bring anything back to holodeck besides knowledge. So which means we can get the ship to test in the sandbox, and we also be able to get the ship for no money, no cost to ourselves, because we will probably play the game about at least 5 minutes per day for it. Okay, time to move on to the actual I would have done a couple of weeks ago, but let's go into the actual thing. Theory crafting. Kunstkatten hat ju toppen of planisha. Cause the Tamarian. If you know what it's about, you know why I've called it that. Okay, I've actually got today's a bit about the ship focus. So basically, the ship is a bit tricky to plan for newer players. The ship console is actually pretty decent and does do two things. It has a weakened shield effect and shield disable, and it boosts unshielded damage to and does unshielded damage to foes. And the build the ship is basically built as a somewhat a semi-offensive tank, which is having got quite a bit of bulk and mobility. Means you can actually avoid the hits, and because you actually can't guarantee to avoid every hit, you will shrug off the hits that do actually hit. And I'm going to this stats, we think she's actually ship out the tradition slides, but so she's a bit of a heavy ship, so you may be caught out if you're used to flying escorts. And she's actually pretty decent with the fact that she can carry 5 to 7 ISO mags and 4 to 8 tactical consoles. I should point out that the 2 number is the 5 is actually 5 engineering consoles and 4 tacticals and 2 universals if you upgrade to X2, but that's but it's reasonably decently, if you go and want to use ISOMAX, it's a decent ship to use it on. That actually might be the better option. However, it does have one minor problem, or major problem: no dual cannons, but that might not be a super big problem. But we got bridge officer layouts with the commander engineering seat. The 2 rank 2 skills for the commander slot, and possibly for the third skill after the mission, is really always a bit tricky to actually slot in and use on a really usefulness. We managed to get away with using Aceton Beam 2 on this summer's event ship, the Hashbeam Intel Battlecruiser, but that was more to trigger the static trait than to actually be actually a truly useful trait. However, there are quite a few rank 3 skills that I would love to use on the ship but can't really use. Additionally, the ship gets quite affectionate once I've got past my build rules limits of having rank 3 till day 90 or day 60. This ship also feels like it should run like an Oxabat or technician build on this, or in one. And one of the other options is I really want to consider use some of the paid considerations, such mostly the bomber effect, which is the reason why I got that plaque earlier. That was part of a joke I was going to do a bit later. And talking about possible layouts, here's what now. Okay, I'm going to make some quite clear. This is a lot of new a lot of shorthand, so I've deliberately put these in so it's always ensign, lieutenant commander and commander, so they'll always be lowest to highest across each level, with the exception of it. So we got immense. So this was immensely powered 2 engines and immensely powered 2 weapons in the first 2 slots. That's reverse shield polarity 2 in there, because they have actually in the actual thing it will be Roman numerals. I've changed it to non-Roman numerals. This is H beam. I think that should be 2, but I type out there. And that's purely to be purely there because the other 2 skills, the other skill in the other 2 skills in that slot just don't don't really do much at all. With this I'm going with this the built standard tactical is going to be torch spread 1, fire at will 2, fire at will 2, and attack pattern beta 2. Now this purely I would have swapped these 2 around, the 4 and the attack pattern beta, but that's purely because that's the 2. I can't make that to. I try to keep to the no rank 2 or above. Hazards. Oh, sorry, I may have typed that, but hazard emitters 1 and photonic officer 1 on the lieutenant sides. The universal commander, which I'm going to use as an engineer, and I'm going engineering team 1. Directed energy modulation 1. Both these are engineering skills. This last one is actually the first command one I've deliberately dropped into the lowest on lowest here, but that's purely because of another reason I'll cover in a second. But this suppression barrage, which is a command skill, and it's pretty much one of the few skills that a lot of DPS players would suggest. And as a tank player, this is probably one of these things, because I'm making this somewhat of a tank. This basically makes it drops the enemy's damage output, which is something you do want to do, because if they're firing pea shooters at you, you don't have to worry too much about keeping yourself alive too much. But anyway, with the Universal Attack Team 1. Now, this is one of the builds that I would really like to test to see if it works or not, really, before I actually give it my seal of approval. Well, this works in the sense that I can see it all working, but I can't tell if it's ideal or not. I don't think it is really ideal. But the hidden Cabali in Dust to Dust mission could be used to use the universal command slot here, and she actually even comes with suppression barrage 1, so it's even better. So it makes it pretty decent to go for. But as I said, these contain my notes. These are my notes, and I'm trying to work out a proper way to make it so you're not seeing a big pile of numbers here. So. And actually have something beyond visual. But is this ship worth doing? And that is a really good question. But do I have to drop it in for you? But yes, it really, in my opinion, it's worth doing it. Well, today I don't think the ship's, me and quite a lot of ship builders don't think this is the best ship in the game. Well, and usually are, but I always lean on the fact that previous event ships often end up with meta components, and sometimes they might be the worst stuff. They might be not particularly brilliant because of other things within the game that suddenly changed a couple of years after the release, because that's what made one of the worst ships in the game released. One of the worst ships in the game released in the last couple of years. I think coming one of the best, but I've got for 5 minutes a day. This is not really a big issue, other than trying to get on for 5 minutes every 20 hours. Now, the main real big issue is you've got less than 20 days to do it in, and you actually do need to. By now, you need to use lobby on the final days if you haven't got it already. If you haven't got started already. But that's really all I can say about this, other than this has been Mike Shoutwriter. See you guys next time.